Hello fellow teachers, how are you? This is your man, the Nubahidal from English for Africa channel. This lesson is all about classroom management. In this lesson, I'm going to tell you how you can divide your students into pairs or groups. So I'm going to tell you three best funny and enjoyable tips that will help you to manage your classroom well when you are dividing pupils into pairs or groups. So guys, stick to the end of until the end of the video. Let's get started with right now. This lesson is all about classroom management tips, so therefore I'm going to tell you about three best tips that will help you to divide your students into pairs and groups in a funny and enjoyable way. So let's get started with tip number one. Tip number one is dividing your students based on a specific order. So what you do is you ask your students to get in a line in the classroom using 3 meters. Firstly, in alphabetical order. You can use alphabetical order according to their first name or last name. Or you may wish to use order of birthdays. So you group your students based on their month, day, or date of birth. And tricky one, even you can use height, their height. So based on their height, you can divide your students into groups or pairs. And then at Gazon, tip number two. Pick and mix. It's a bit funny one again here. You divide your students based on or by using picking and mixing. So here students can be divided into groups or pairs by having them pick objects from a given bag or a container. Then you ask them to find their teammates. I'm going to give you some examples of the objects that you can use to do this. Let's see them one by one. First, word jumble. Word jumble is you can use colored countries here. Maybe the flags of the color, the countries may help you to do this, or you can assign a given colors based on your parameters to the countries. Maybe you can use, for instance, African countries, or based on your classroom size, you can manipulate this in any way you can wish. So here you can ask your students to team up with the same colors together, or the students with different colors together, or you can use two same colors countries and two different ones together to form a group. Word jumble even can be used in this way. You can use vocabulary words here. Write vocabulary words from a given topic on slips of paper or cards and then put them in a bag or container. And then ask students to pick one and find the rest of their group or pair. How do you do this? Let's see them. So what you do is students should look for others who have similar words. For instance, dog breeds, bird species, jungle animals, farm animals, sea animals. So you can they can find words which start with the same letter. Roses, rainbow, also are letters together. So this is the second tip or method. The third method is using colored pencil. Students who pick the same colors from the bag are in the same group or pair. You can use light and dark of the same color to make a pair. I hope you know every color has got three shades of color, and if you have a little bit of confusion over here, you can see one of my videos which I've done on how we can talk about colors in English. So you can watch that videos to make your activities so simple. Even you can use 4 different colors to make a group. That is how it can be done. Finally, the other method that you can use is numbered sticks. So you're going to come up with lolly sticks. Prepare lolly sticks by writing a number on the end of each stick and then place them numbered down in a small can or container. Don't show the numbers to the students. They just pick up the sticks and they reveal. Finally, it's revealed to them. How you do that? Each people picks one and finds their group or pair. So it can be done same numbers together, sequential numbers, or odd numbers can be used. Another one I can give you as a shot is using game cards. If you have no materials to prepare this kind of sticks, you can even use playing cards. If you are not clear with what I'm talking, let me give you an example. So here we have lolly sticks. This is how you can prepare. So simple. Have a little bit of material to do this. Wooden stick can be done an easy way. Colored pencils are these. You can use them. You can prepare cards based on the color of country's flag, or as you wish. If you don't have that access, you can even use play characters. Let's come to the third tip. Using animal sounds to divide students. This is a champion, and I love this one because it's going to be funny in the classroom, but it's a little bit loud. Even if it's a little bit loud, it's funny to create groups or pairs. So write names of animals on slips of paper card, a small card, and then distribute them and ask them not to show their slips to anyone. When everyone is ready, they can make the sound of the animal on their slip of paper. They group with other members of their animal family. That's how it can be done. For instance, you can have bird families together, hen, owl, duck, or tame animals, dog, cat, goat, donkey, horse, sheep, cow, or cow. And wild animals too. You can have another category or animal family: fox, rabbit, hyena, lion, elephant. These are simple to make the animal sound. That's why I choose for you. You can have your own category. Anyways, this one is very funny one. Use it. Finally, I'm going to come to the final lesson: how to signal that the activity is finished. It can be a daunting job for you, but if you follow these steps, 3 steps I'm going to tell you, they will be good classroom management in your classroom. So when assigning students for group or pair classroom activities and playing games in large class, it can often be hard to have your students' attention, as I've told you. So I'm going to give you some suggestions to help you deal with this situation. But before we see the 3 tips, be aware that these tips will work best if you only practice and use them effectively. That means you gotta have a good tone, intonation, voice projection, and even gestures. Unless you have this ingredient, it's going to be difficult. At workspace we have this. The first tip is, can you hear me? Start talking to students in a very low voice and say, if you can hear me, raise your hand. People who hear you raise their hand, which will get the attention of the other students who will do the same. Second tip, clapping. Clap your hands in a different patterns and then speed. Students have to join you in clapping. Say, clap once if you can hear me. Some students join you. Then they say, clap twice if you can hear me. So you say, clap twice if you can hear me. And finally, clap 3 times if you can hear me. At this point, all the students will notice that the activity has finished. Tip number 3, eyes on me. Count to 3, saying 1, 2, 3, eyes on me. Students stop the activity and they say 1, 2, 3, eyes on you. This way, if other students have not heard you, they will hear you. They will hear the students and then notice that the activity is finished. So these are the 3 best tips that you can use in any classroom, in any class rise. So rather than crying out problems, good tips like this will help you to have good classroom management. This will take us to the end. Thank you for joining me today. Don't forget, if you are new here, subscribe to my channel and share my videos, or you can follow me on my social media. Until I meet you next Friday, have a nice time. See you.